The Last Star Whisperer. Chapter 1, The Mysterious Transmission. Rayla stood at her station, her eyes flickering across the vast array of screens that displayed the constant influx of interstellar messages. The Whispering Beacon, a remote space station orbiting the mysterious planet Zeridium, had become her home. As one of the last Star Whisperers, Rayla's unique telepathic and linguistic abilities were vital for translating and relaying messages from the far reaches of the galaxy. Her fingertips danced across the console, directing streams of data to their intended recipients. The hum of the machinery and the whispers of her fellow Star Whisperers filled the air as they worked in tandem to maintain the flow of information. A sudden beep caught her attention, indicating a new message had arrived. As Rayla began translating the complex patterns of light and sound, she felt a twinge of unease. The message seemed ordinary, but something was amiss. She focused her telepathic abilities on the transmission, probing the depths of the encoded information. Her colleague, Joran, approached her station, his face etched with curiosity. "Rayla, what's wrong? You seem troubled." Rayla looked up at Joran, her eyes clouded with uncertainty. "This message, it's different. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something doesn't feel right." Joran leaned in, examining the message alongside Rayla. "Are you sure? It looks like a standard trade agreement between the Intari and the Gavrians." Rayla shook her head. "I know, but there's something more to it. I can feel it." "Maybe you're just tired," Joran suggested gently. "We've all been working long hours lately." Rayla's brow furrowed, her resolve hardening. "No, Joran. It's not that. I have to investigate this further." Joran hesitated, then nodded. "All right, I trust your instincts. But be careful, Rayla. There's no telling what secrets this message might hold." Rayla turned back to her console, her determination fueling her as she delved deeper into the enigmatic transmission. Little did she know that her discovery would set in motion a chain of events that would challenge the very foundations of the Whispering Beacon and the future of the Star Whisperers. Chapter 2, Unraveling the Hidden Warning. Rayla spent hours poring over the mysterious message, examining every detail with precision and focus. The more she analyzed it, the more convinced she became that there was a hidden layer within the transmission. She needed assistance to decipher this cryptic message, so she decided to seek the expertise of the most skilled Star Whisperer on the station, Master Delan. The door to Master Delan's chamber slid open with a soft hiss, revealing the wise, elderly Star Whisperer sitting cross-legged in the center of the dimly lit room. His eyes opened, sensing Rayla's presence. "Ah, Rayla," he said, his voice gentle yet firm. "I sensed your troubled thoughts. What brings you here?" Rayla bowed respectfully before presenting the datapad containing the message. "Master Delan, I've discovered a hidden layer within this message. I believe there's a secret warning concealed within the usual interstellar communication." Master Delan took the datapad and studied the message, his brow furrowing as he concentrated. Moments later, he looked up at Rayla, his eyes filled with concern. "Your intuition serves you well, my child. This message is indeed hiding something. But we will need to delve deeper to uncover its true meaning." Together, they focused their telepathic abilities on the message, unraveling the intricate web of information. As they did so, the cryptic warning began to take shape, a dire message speaking of a threat lurking in the dark corners of the galaxy. Master Delan's voice was grave when he finally broke the silence. "This warning comes from an unknown race, and it speaks of a danger that could threaten the very existence of the galaxy." Rayla's heart raced as she considered the implications. "What should we do, Master Delan?" "The Star Whisperers are the galaxy's protectors. We cannot ignore this warning." Master Delan nodded, his expression solemn. "You are right, Rayla. We must gather the Council of Star Whisperers and share our findings. Only then can we decide on a course of action." Rayla bowed, her determination unwavering. "I will inform the Council, Master Delan. Together, we will face whatever danger awaits us." As Rayla left the chamber, she couldn't help but feel a sense of foreboding. This message was just the beginning, and the Star Whisperers would soon find themselves caught in a web of deception, intrigue, and power struggles that would test their unity and resilience. Chapter 3, The Gathering of Whisperers. Determined to confront the potential threat, Rayla set out to gather the Council of Star Whisperers. The council was composed of the wisest and most experienced members among them, and their guidance would be invaluable in the face of the unknown danger. As she walked through the halls of the Whispering Beacon, she sent telepathic messages to each council member, requesting their immediate presence at the council chamber. The chamber was a vast, circular room adorned with symbols and artifacts that celebrated the Star Whisperers' ancient heritage. As the council members arrived, they took their seats around a massive, obsidian table that dominated the center of the room. The atmosphere was tense, as each member could sense the urgency in Rayla's call. Master Delan, the most senior member of the council, addressed the gathered Star Whisperers. Fellow Whisperers, we have been summoned here today by Rayla, who has uncovered a message containing a dire warning from an unknown race. Rayla stepped forward, her voice firm but laden with concern. The message speaks of a grave threat lurking in the shadows of the galaxy, one that could endanger all life as we know it. We must take action to protect our people and the countless civilizations that rely on us. The council members exchanged troubled glances before Counselor Lanera, a middle-aged Star Whisperer with silver hair, spoke up. If this is true, then we must act swiftly. But how can we face an enemy we know nothing about? Rayla looked around the table, her gaze meeting the eyes of each council member. Together, we have the knowledge and skills necessary to unravel the truth behind this message. We must combine our abilities and investigate further to uncover the nature of this threat. Counselor Riven, a stern, bald Star Whisperer, raised an eyebrow. We cannot act on a vague warning alone. We need more information, more evidence. What if this message is a deception, designed to distract us from our primary mission? Master Delan interjected, his voice calm but resolute. Riven raises a valid point, but we cannot afford to ignore this warning. Our duty as Star Whisperers is to protect the galaxy and preserve its balance. We must follow Rayla's lead and seek the truth. The council members murmured in agreement, their resolve strengthened by Master Delan's words. Rayla nodded gratefully, knowing that she could rely on the support of her fellow Star Whisperers. Counselor Lanera spoke up once more. Very well. We shall form investigative teams and delve into the far reaches of the galaxy, seeking out any signs of this hidden threat. We will leave no stone unturned and no corner unexplored. As the council members dispersed to carry out their mission, Rayla felt a mix of fear and determination. The path ahead was uncertain, but she knew that she and her fellow Star Whisperers would face the challenge head-on. They would stand together against the darkness, and the fate of the galaxy would rest in their hands. Chapter 4, Shadows of Ambition. Unbeknownst to Rayla and the Council of Star Whisperers, their actions were being closely observed by a hidden adversary. Director Varnes, the cunning overseer of the Whispering Beacon, had been monitoring their gathering through a network of hidden surveillance devices. He leaned back in his plush chair, his fingers steepled as he watched the events unfold on his private view screen. Varnes's hunger for power had driven him to seek control over the Star Whisperers and their abilities. He believed that if he could harness their powers for himself, he could manipulate the flow of information throughout the galaxy, bending it to his will. The mysterious message and the hidden threat it contained presented a unique opportunity, one he was determined to exploit. As he watched Rayla and the council members disperse, he muttered to himself, these Whisperers have no idea of the power they possess. With their abilities under my control, the galaxy will be mine to command. Varnes summoned his closest confidant, Lieutenant Kale, a tall, slender man with sharp features and an unwavering loyalty to his superior. Kale, I need you to keep a close eye on Rayla and the council. I want to know everything they discover about this mysterious threat. Kale bowed, his voice steady and confident. As you wish, Director. I will not let you down. Varnes grinned, his eyes gleaming with anticipation. Excellent. And while you're at it, I want you to plant seeds of doubt among the Star Whisperers. Divide them, make them question each other's motives. We need to weaken their unity before we strike. Lieutenant Kale nodded, understanding the importance of his task. I will see it done, sir. As Kale left to carry out his orders, Varnes turned his attention back to the view screen, replaying the council meeting. He listened intently as Rayla and the council members spoke, taking note of their fears, their weaknesses, and their plans. He would use this information to his advantage, turning their strengths against them and orchestrating their downfall. Meanwhile, Rayla and the Council of Star Whisperers had begun their investigation, unaware of the dangerous game of deception and power that was being played behind the scenes. As they delved deeper into the mystery, they would find themselves not only facing an unknown enemy but also battling against the ambitions of one of their own. The stage was set, and the players were taking their positions. The battle for the future of the galaxy had begun, and only time would reveal who would emerge victorious. Chapter 5, Threads of Deceit. The Council of Star Whisperers had divided into several investigation teams, each assigned to explore different regions of the galaxy in search of answers. Rayla, paired with Joran and a few other Star Whisperers, embarked on their mission to uncover the true nature of the mysterious threat. Their first destination was a remote outpost on the fringes of Intari space, where a strange energy signature had been detected. As their spacecraft approached the outpost, Rayla felt a knot of unease form in the pit of her stomach. She couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. Upon arrival, the team was greeted by Commander Nira, the outpost's commanding officer. She was a tall, broad-shouldered woman with a stern expression that belied her genuine concern for her crew. Welcome, Star Whisperers, Nira greeted them with a curt nod. We've been experiencing unusual energy fluctuations in this sector, and we believe they may be related to the threat you're investigating. Rayla listened intently, her telepathic abilities probing the thoughts of those around her. She sensed a general unease among the outpost's crew, but she also detected something else, faint whispers of doubt and mistrust. The team set to work analyzing the energy signature, their specialized equipment humming and beeping as they gathered data. Rayla could feel the tension in the air, the weight of the unknown threat pressing down on them. As they worked, Joran approached Rayla, his brow furrowed in concern. Rayla, have you noticed the unrest among the crew here? It seems that they've been influenced by Lieutenant Kale's words of division. Rayla nodded, her eyes narrowing. Yes, I've sensed it too. We must be vigilant, Joran. Someone is trying to sabotage our efforts, and we cannot allow them to succeed. Over the following days, Rayla and her team delved deeper into the mystery of the energy signature, uncovering evidence that pointed to a powerful, ancient technology hidden beneath the surface of a nearby planet. As they prepared to investigate further, Rayla couldn't shake the feeling that they were being drawn into a deadly trap. Meanwhile, back at the Whispering Beacon, Director Varnes received regular updates from Lieutenant Kale, who had infiltrated Rayla's team. He listened with keen interest as Kale recounted their progress, his smile growing wider with each new development. Excellent work, Kale, Varnes purred as he ended the transmission. Soon, the Star Whisperers will be divided, and their powers will be ripe for the taking. As the investigation teams continued their search for answers, the web of deception and betrayal continued to grow, ensnaring them in its insidious grasp. The Star Whisperers would not only need to unravel the mystery of the hidden threat, but also confront the darkness within their own ranks. The fate of the galaxy hung in the balance, and the clock was ticking. Every moment that passed brought them closer to a confrontation that would determine the destiny of the Star Whisperers and the countless civilizations they had sworn to protect. Chapter 6, Echoes of the Forgotten. Rayla and her team descended upon the barren planet, their spacecraft landing gracefully on the rocky surface. The landscape was a stark contrast to the lush, verdant planets they were accustomed to visiting. The sky was a dull, lifeless gray, and the wind whistled through the jagged, black rocks that jutted from the ground like gnarled fingers. Despite the inhospitable conditions, Rayla could sense the presence of a powerful energy source emanating from deep within the planet. With each step they took, the team's boots crunched upon the shattered remnants of the planet's crust, leaving a trail of footprints in their wake. The air was cold and thin, forcing them to don breathing apparatuses as they ventured further from the safety of their ship. They moved with caution, their senses attuned to any hint of danger lurking in the shadows. As they ventured deeper into the planet's desolate landscape, the team discovered an ancient, hidden entrance that led to a subterranean complex. The structure's architecture was unlike anything they had ever seen, a testament to the advanced civilization that had once inhabited the now barren world. The walls of the complex were lined with intricate carvings and glowing runes, casting an eerie, otherworldly light upon the Star Whisperers as they ventured deeper into the heart of the ancient structure. The air within the complex was thick with the scent of age and decay, a reminder of the countless millennia that had passed since the halls had last echoed with the voices of their creators. Rayla and Joran led the team through the winding corridors, their telepathic abilities guiding them to the source of the powerful energy they had detected. As they approached the heart of the complex, they discovered an immense chamber, its ceiling reaching up into darkness as if it were a void swallowing all light. In the center of the chamber stood a massive, ancient device, its purpose unknown but clearly of immense power. The device's intricate design seemed to defy the laws of physics, its metal surfaces etched with the same glowing runes that adorned the walls of the complex. A pulsating orb of energy floated above the device, casting a mesmerizing, undulating light upon the chamber's walls. Rayla approached the device, her eyes wide with awe and curiosity. "This must be the source of the energy signature we detected," she murmured, her voice barely audible over the hum of the machine. Joran nodded, his expression grave. "Indeed, but we must be cautious, Rayla. We have no idea what this device is capable of or how it may be connected to the threat we're investigating." As they studied the device, attempting to decipher its purpose, Rayla's mind raced with questions. Who had built this ancient structure, and for what purpose? What secrets did it hold, and how were they connected to the mysterious warning they had received? And most importantly, who was trying to manipulate them from the shadows, seeking to sow discord among the Star Whisperers and exploit their powers for their own gain? The answers to these questions remained elusive, but Rayla knew that they could not afford to lose hope. With each new discovery, they were one step closer to uncovering the truth and protecting the galaxy from the hidden dangers that lurked within its vast expanse. As they continued their investigation, the shadows of the past continued to weave their tendrils around the Star Whisperers, threatening to ensnare them in a web of ancient secrets, hidden dangers, and the machinations of a ruthless adversary. The path before them was fraught with peril, and only their unity and unwavering resolve could see them through to the end. Chapter 7, Unraveling the Unknown. As Rayla and her team continued to study the enigmatic device, they discovered a hidden chamber concealed behind a wall of the central room. With careful precision, they activated the hidden mechanism that opened the entrance, revealing a vast library filled with ancient tomes and scrolls. The air within the library was heavy with the passage of time, the musty scent of decaying parchment and leather mingling with a faint, residual energy that permeated the room. The shelves that lined the walls were filled with the accumulated knowledge of a civilization long since vanished, their secrets waiting to be unlocked by those with the skill and determination to decipher them. Rayla's eyes widened in wonder as she ran her fingertips over the spines of the ancient texts, feeling the weight of history and knowledge beneath her touch. She could sense the power and wisdom contained within the pages, and she knew that they held the key to understanding the true nature of the mysterious threat that loomed over the galaxy. The team divided into groups, each assigned to study different sections of the library in an effort to uncover the information they sought. Hours turned to days as they pored over the ancient texts, translating their cryptic language and piecing together the puzzle before them. As Rayla and Joran studied a dusty, crumbling tome, they discovered a passage that spoke of an ancient prophecy. According to the text, a cosmic event known as the Great Convergence would occur once every 1,000 years, aligning the stars in a pattern that would unleash a catastrophic force upon the galaxy. The device they had discovered was designed to harness this energy, converting it into a power source that could be used to either create or destroy on an unimaginable scale. The creators of the device, an ancient civilization known as the Elysians, had sought to use its power to bring about a golden age of enlightenment and prosperity. But their hubris had led to their downfall, their once thriving civilization reduced to dust and echoes. As Rayla and Joran shared their findings with the team, the gravity of their discovery weighed heavily upon them. If the prophecy was true, the Great Convergence was only months away, and the fate of the galaxy hung in the balance. "We must return to the Whispering Beacon and inform the Council of our discovery," Rayla declared, her voice filled with determination. "If the prophecy is true, we have little time to prepare for the coming storm." As the team prepared to leave the ancient library, Rayla couldn't help but feel a growing sense of unease. She knew that their journey had only just begun, and that the shadows that had been cast upon them would not easily be dispelled. Unbeknownst to them, their every move was being monitored by the watchful eyes of Lieutenant Kale, who reported their progress back to Director Varnes. The two conspirators were growing increasingly confident in their plans, believing that the chaos and confusion of the approaching catastrophe would provide the perfect opportunity for them to seize control of the Star Whisperers and bend their power to their own twisted ends. As Rayla and her team ventured forth into the unknown, they carried with them the hopes and fears of an entire galaxy. The coming months would test their resolve, their unity, and their very understanding of the universe around them. The battle for the fate of the galaxy had entered a new and perilous phase, and only time would tell who would emerge victorious. Chapter 8, A Race Against Time. The spacecraft carrying Rayla and her team sped through the inky blackness of space, its engines pulsing with energy as they raced back to the Whispering Beacon. Inside, the Star Whisperers worked tirelessly, their minds linked in a telepathic network as they shared their findings and began formulating a plan to counter the impending catastrophe. As the ship hurtled through the cosmos, Joran approached Rayla, concern etched on his face. "Rayla, I fear that the situation is even more dire than we initially realized. The Great Convergence could potentially tear the very fabric of the universe apart, unleashing unimaginable destruction upon all living beings." Rayla nodded grimly, her eyes filled with steely determination. "We must stand united in the face of this threat, Joran. Whatever it takes, we will find a way to protect the galaxy from the impending doom." Their return to the Whispering Beacon was fraught with tension. As they disembarked from their spacecraft, Rayla could feel the weight of the Council's expectations bearing down upon her. They had returned with knowledge that could change the course of history, but with it came the burden of responsibility. The Council convened in an emergency session, the air in the chamber crackling with anticipation as Rayla and her team presented their findings. The Council members listened in stunned silence as the chilling prophecy was revealed, their faces a tapestry of fear, disbelief, and determination. As the gravity of the situation became clear, the Council turned to Rayla, seeking her guidance and wisdom. "We must act quickly," she declared, her voice steady and strong. "We must find a way to neutralize the power of the device before the Great Convergence occurs. If we fail, the galaxy as we know it may be lost forever." Over the following weeks, the Star Whisperers threw themselves into their work, researching every aspect of the ancient Elysian technology and seeking a means to counteract its devastating power. Their efforts were hampered by the machinations of Director Varnes and Lieutenant Kale, who continued to sow discord and mistrust among their ranks. As the day of the Great Convergence drew nearer, Rayla and her team made a breakthrough. They discovered that the device could be reprogrammed to absorb and contain the destructive energy unleashed during the cosmic event, rather than amplifying it. The key to this reprogramming lay in the very heart of the device, in the pulsating orb of energy that held the potential for both creation and destruction. With time running out, the Star Whisperers embarked on a daring mission to return to the ancient planet and reprogram the device before the Great Convergence could occur. Their spacecraft raced through the cosmos, the tension on board palpable as they hurtled toward their destiny. As they approached the planet, Rayla could feel the immense power of the device calling to her, drawing her closer to its mysterious and deadly embrace. She knew that the task ahead of them would be fraught with danger, and that every moment counted in their race against time. Descending once more into the hidden depths of the ancient complex, the Star Whisperers faced a gauntlet of deadly traps and ancient defenses, each one more treacherous than the last. With their telepathic abilities and unbreakable bond, they navigated the perilous labyrinth, inching ever closer to the device that held the fate of the galaxy in its grasp. As they reached the central chamber, Rayla felt a wave of fear wash over her, but she pushed it aside, focusing on the task at hand. With unwavering determination, she approached the device, her hands trembling as she prepared to reprogram it. The other Star Whisperers formed a protective circle around her, their minds linked in a telepathic web of support and encouragement. As Rayla's fingers danced over the glowing runes etched into the device's surface, she felt a surge of power coursing through her, the ancient energy threatening to overwhelm her senses. She fought to maintain control, channeling the energy into the precise sequence of commands that would alter the device's function. The air in the chamber crackled with electricity, the pulsating orb above the device growing brighter and more erratic as Rayla worked. Her team watched in awe, their minds and spirits intertwined as they lent their strength to Rayla's efforts. As the Great Convergence approached, the very fabric of the universe seemed to tremble, the stars above aligning in a cosmic ballet that heralded the arrival of the prophesied event. Time seemed to slow as Rayla entered the final command, her heart pounding in her chest as she braced for the outcome. With a blinding flash of light, the device emitted a shockwave of energy that rippled through the chamber, knocking Rayla and her team off their feet. The orb above the device pulsed with an intense, brilliant light, absorbing the destructive energy of the Great Convergence and containing it within its impossibly dense core. As the light faded and the trembling of the universe subsided, Rayla and her team struggled to their feet, their expressions a mixture of relief and disbelief. They had done it, they had averted the disaster and saved the galaxy from certain destruction. Their victory, however, was not without cost. The immense power of the device had left Rayla weakened and drained, the energy she had channeled taking a heavy toll on her body and mind. She knew that she would never be the same again, but she had willingly made the sacrifice to protect those she cared about and the galaxy she called home. As they returned to the Whispering Beacon, the Star Whisperers faced a new challenge, exposing the treachery of Director Varnes and Lieutenant Kale and rebuilding the trust that had been shattered by their deceit. It would be a long and difficult journey, but Rayla knew that they would face it together, united by their shared purpose and the bond that had been forged in the fires of adversity. The galaxy had been saved, but their mission was far from over. The Star Whisperers would continue to stand as guardians against the darkness, their powers and resolve tested time and time again as they navigated the ever-changing tapestry of the cosmos. For they were the light that shone in the darkness, the hope that burned in the hearts of countless beings throughout the galaxy, and their legacy would endure for all time.